that their own members took part in the siege. At least 25 people are being investigated for domestic terrorism, including some who were wearing tactical gear and helmets and came prepared with plastic restraints, climbing apparatus, and walkie-talkies. NYPD Internal Affairs is looking into whether an off-duty member of the department participated in the attack. Officials have yet to release a name because they're still investigating. The FDNY says it's shared information with the FBI on both active and retired members accused of also taking part in the riot. Rudy Giuliani could get the boot from the New York State Bar Association. They're considering that after Giuliani reiterated Donald Trump's baseless claims of election fraud and told the crowd last Wednesday to, quote, have trial by combat. If the Bar Association drops him, Giuliani would not be able to defend Donald Trump as his lawyer in any court in New York. As you can imagine, there are serious concerns about more violent protesting in the run-up of President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. The National Guard now says it will increase troops in D.C. to at least 10,000 by Saturday. In addition, the National Park Service has shut down access to the Washington Monument until January 24th. Meantime, Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser has sent a letter to President Trump asking for an emergency declaration. Correspondent Pierre Thomas.
D.C.'s mayor is describing an emergency situation, asking that all large gatherings be canceled at least after January 24th. There are posts on social media calling for a massive gun rally where protesters will come to the nation's capital, firearms in hand. 6,000 National Guard are already in the city to support thousands of police and federal agents.
Fencing's been going up around Capitol Hill. The NYPD is sending 200 members to Washington on January 20th to help with inauguration security. 32 degrees, it's cloudy, the humidity 64%. 32 going up to only 39. Winds news time 146.
Honey, what's going on in here?
I was just making the final adjustments on my multiplier machine.
Why don't you just play the X series from the New York Lottery? It would be easier, and you could multiply your winnings up to 100 times.
Yeah, well, why don't you just watch as I multiply this pastrami sandwich?
Oh. There's a better way to multiply with the new X series of scratch-offs from the New York Lottery. Multiply your winnings up to $5 million. You must be 18 years or older to purchase the lottery ticket. Please play responsibly.
Have hip or knee pain? Reclaim your mobility with Heartspan Center for Hip and Knee Replacement. We've performed more hip and knee replacements than any private practice in the tri-state area. At Clean and Safe Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey, we also perform same-day discharge joint replacements on eligible patients. Call 201-291-4040 or visit heartspancenter.com. That's HARTZBAND Center.com.
Wendy's new classic chicken sandwich is now in the 2 for $5, and that's reason to celebrate. Try the new classic and then take your mouth on the victory lap. The iconic Dave's Singles, the delicious spicy chicken sandwich, spicy or crispy 10-piece nuggets, or just get another classic chicken sandwich. Taste greatness today with Wendy's 2 for $5. We got you.
Our biggest storage event just got stronger. The Store More, Save More event going on now at the Home Depot. Get exclusive HDX black and yellow top coats starting at just $4.98. They're heavy duty, durable, and come in a range of sizes from 7 to 70 gallons. So whether you need to store a little or store a lot, you're going to save loads. Make room for big savings at the Store More, Save More event. Going on now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limited time only. Visit dates vary by store. See store for details.
Wings News Time 148, a different kind of State of the State speech this year from Governor Cuomo. It comes in a series of 4 speeches this week that will cover different topics.
What is the state of our state? Well, in some ways, it is like the state of the nation, and indeed the state of the world. We are hurt, we are frustrated, we are in mourning, we are anxious. We are shocked that an invisible enemy could wreak such death and destruction, especially in this, the wealthiest and most powerful nation on earth.
Referring there to the pandemic, the governor is expected to call for the legalization of recreational marijuana and online sports betting to help plug a $14 billion deficit. Recreational pot alone would be expected to generate more than $300 million in tax revenue. The governor also expected to propose an expansion to telehealth access today. He launched the New York State Public Health Corps, which will hire up to 1,000 fellows. Well, this is not good. Health officials warning Britain's health service could collapse in 2 weeks if new COVID cases don't start to decline. Correspondent Vicky Barker reports from London.
Body bags are loaded into a refrigerated container in the leafy London suburbs. Hospital morgues are overflowing.
Working here, I can see that the numbers are increasing, not decreasing.
Homicide cop Kirsty Walker's been drafted in to help. She can't believe many Brits are still ignoring social distancing rules.
I would hate, for the sake of people staying indoors rather than going out and meeting people, that their loved ones or they themselves were to end up here. That's exactly what we don't want.
Then she goes back to loading body bags into the temporary morgue.
There are 3 million COVID cases in the UK, more than 30,000 patients hospitalized compared to 18,000 during the first peak of the virus back in April. Well, the pandemic may be further fueling the opioid crisis. A recent study in the Journal of the American Medical Association says there was a triple-digit surge in the number of overdose-related cardiac 911 calls through August of 2020. It's believed lockdown measures and social isolation may have played a role because both are factors that could increase the risk for those vulnerable to substance abuse. Wins News Time 1:50. President-elect Joe Biden today announced former Deputy Secretary of State William Burns as his nominee for CIA Director.
It's time to restore the independence of our intelligence community, and equally critical, to restore trust and confidence in our career officials, including those at the CIA.
Burns is a career diplomat who retired in 2014 after serving in the U.S. Foreign Service for 33 years. He has served in a number of national security positions across 5 Democratic and Republican administrations. Today, by the way, is also the day that Mr. Biden got his second shot of the COVID vaccine. Wins News Time 1:51. Let's get traffic and transit. Here's Gregory.
Well, we go over to Queens, eastbound Long Island Expressway, getting down to 108th. You got a crash knocking out at least the left lane. The slow go starting to build all the way back towards the area of Maurice Avenue. Westbound rubbernecking into the area as well from just west of the Grand Central Parkway. Here's what you need to know about bridges and the tunnel. Citybound side of the George, good enough. To the upper and lower, getting out of town, you want the west side. Everything else far worse. Cross Bronx, the absolute worst of it. And along the way, we're not getting word of a crash on the north end. Deegan near Yankee Stadium, just another issue en route to the George. Lincoln and Holland, pretty good go either way. Citybound side of the Brooklyn Bridge, a mess with construction. Brooklyn bad just because. Go to the Manhattan Bridge, the Williamsburg, or the Battery instead. Traffic sponsored by Jack Pocket. Jack Pocket lets you play official lottery games on your phone.